Hi guys, what's up? Welcome. For today's video, I am finally going to be sharing with you guys my makeup collection for 2020. I've never done a makeup collection video on my channel ever. I mean, I've done like shop my stashes or like organize with me type of videos, but never a video like this. So here we are. I don't know why I've never done that, but anyways, this video is super exciting. I went through everything that I have on my shelf. So this side of my shelves, that side of my shelves, I'll have everything that I could find linked down below in the description box in regards to like the organizers and all of that. I know how annoying it could be when you want something and it's like, what is that? Where is that? Why don't you link it? So if I could find it, it will be linked. If I cannot find it, it probably won't be linked. I'll try to find, or I will try to find something similar. But yes, I think that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here's one side of my shelves. There are 5 shelves in total. My brother actually built it for me. I get a lot of questions on that. I'll have his Instagram link down below because he's actually selling it. So if you're interested, you can DM him. Starting on the top shelf here, I don't have much makeup, but I do have little lights as well as these 2 adorable trees. I have my crown that my friend Rivka gifted me for my birthday, 2 little candles, and then a PR box in the back from Pixie. I thought it was just cute and fitting, so I just situated it there. I didn't want anything too heavy to be on the top of the shelf. All right, then moving on to the shelf right and bottom. This is where I have pretty much most of my Jeffree Star makeup items. One of my favorite shelves by far. So on this little acrylic organizer, I have some of his glosses in the back. I have some of these bullet lipsticks from various different collections. This holder only holds 9 lip products, so that's why I put this little guy here. I'll probably have to get like a bigger one to put in the station. In the back, I have the Morphe and Jeffree Star palette that he released, I want to say this past summer or last year, I should say. And then I also have the Peppermint Frost highlighter palette, which I love. That came in the Black Friday holiday mystery box. So I just situate those 2 there. I also have the Jeffree Star and Morphe Mist in the back there. And then right in the front here, I have one of his just, you know, little velour lip scrubs in a marshmallow. I think I got that in a mystery box too. This is definitely my favorite part of the shelf. I love how everything is just situated in its own zone. So I pretty much have a bunch of his liquid lipsticks, and all of these are from various different collections. I have the full Shane and Jeffree collection liquid lipsticks. I have some of the liquid lipsticks from the summer collections. A lot of these are from mystery boxes. So just a little bit of everything in so many amazing colors. And I have a bunch of finishes here too. In the back, I have the Conspiracy palette. I mentioned this in a different video, but I mainly put it there because I was actually in Shane's last episode of his series, and it just, I don't know, I feel like it just holds a special place in my heart. So I definitely wanted the palette to have its own spotlight. That's why I put it in the back there. Right up in the front, I have some of the Jeffree Star Liquid Frosts. I have them in 3 different shades, and all of these did come in mystery boxes. I will say that these 2 are a bit too deep for me, but I do like this one a ton. Love the packaging, so damn cute. And then in the back here, I pretty much just have the Morphe and Jeffree Star brush collaboration brushes. So there were, I believe, 5 or 6 brushes that were included in the collection. I just situated it here in this acrylic little baby holder. And I actually also have one of his lip liners. So since I only have one, I decided to just situate this guy here. If I end up purchasing more from the line, I'll probably just find a new home for the lip liners. But so far, I like how it's situated with the brushes. And then finally, we have this little section here. This was, I think, a male divider holder. I just put some of the mini palettes that I have from Jeffree. Cannot wait till he releases more because I love these 9-pan palettes, and I want to fill the whole thing up. So I have the Mini Breaker, which is my #1 favorite palette from Jeffree. It inspires me so much. I just think that the colors in here are stunning and they go so well together. And then behind that, I have the Mini Controversy palette, which I like. I don't like it as much as the Mini Breaker, but it's still really pretty. Okay, so I was going down to the next shelf and I realized that I just situated these guys randomly on the next shelf, and I'm like, no, they belong on the Jeffree shelf. So I'm just gonna put these here for now. I might find a new home for them, but I kind of like it there. Till this organizer gets filled, I think that's where these liquid lipsticks will stay. All right, moving down to shelf number 3. So firstly, I have this really cute glittery tree that I purchased in the Target dollar spot last year. I purchased this organizer from TJ Maxx. I love how it has 2 like compartments. I pretty much have my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea lipsticks on the bottom, one of my favorite formulas of life, and then on top, this has like a lid. I pretty much just have a lot of baby lipsticks. So I have some of the lipsticks from Besame, like the Snow White collaboration, some Urban Decay lipsticks, some NARS, and then some, yeah, you see the sticker there, and then some Marc Jacobs. And then as for these little baby like ornaments, I found this at Target. It was like a pack of 12 for like $2, and I just kind of situated them here to add a little bit more of a vibe. Then as you guys can see, I have 2 of the MAC mists there, and then 2 over there. I have 1 more, but it's in the drawer. It just didn't fit with the aesthetic of the shelf, so I couldn't put it here. So these came out summer 2019. I definitely knew I had to have them in my life. The pink one is in peony, and this one right here is in cucumber. And before we get into the drawers, I have 2 more over here as well. This one right here is green tea, and this one right here is pineapple. On top, I have a bunch of these Kaleidos space highlighters. So they did go ahead and send these to me. I just situated them nicely on the top there. I love the packaging. They're really cute. They definitely add such a, like, I don't know, coolness to my shelves, I should say. The packaging is a little bit bulky, but it's fine because I displayed them. But if it would be in my drawers, it'd probably be a bit much, but I love them up here. It allows me to see what I have, and I'm like, yeah, I want to use this. Now, moving on to these acrylic drawers. These are from Muji. I purchased them for 25 bucks. I want to say at least 5-6 years ago. In the first drawer here, I have a bunch of the Pixi liquid lipsticks. I love these. They really apply very nicely on the lips. In the back here, I have some of the CoverGirl lipsticks. These are beautiful on. They gifted these to me when I went to the NYC event. You guys can see NYC in the back there. It adds a vibe. I have some of the YSL lipsticks here. I love this shade. It's beautiful. And then I have this one, which is a bit more sheer. 2 Milani lipsticks, which I've had for so long. They don't smell bad, but I love them. They're like OGs for me. And then I have one of the Disney mini lipsticks here from the Sephora collection that I purchased probably 4 years ago. And then on the side here, I have these little Pixi little pots. So they sent these over. Basically, you have like an empty one and then these colors. So you can kind of mix and match and create your own customized kind of shade, which I thought was kind of cool. So I have yet to do that. Okay. Moving on to the next drawer. This is like my pride and joy of life. I know. This is basically my Bite Beauty lipstick drawer. I have everything from pretty much the color of the rainbow. I have my Zodiac Bite Beauty lipsticks in here. I have some of the dual-ended lipsticks in here. I have some of these like pencil lipsticks in here. I love Bite Beauty lipsticks because I feel like they're extremely comfortable. They're food grade, so you can technically eat them. This whole drawer just smells like lemon goodness, like when I open it up. And I just love their lipsticks. I think that they're made amazingly. And then moving on to this drawer, here's pretty much where I have most of my Pat McGrath lip products. So I have some of the Pat McGrath little glosses here. The packaging is kind of like ugh, because I feel like the glosses are kind of spilling out randomly like through the lid, but it's kind of closed, so I don't know. It kind of gets this drawer kind of oily at times, but I still love them. They're really nice on the lips. I have 6 of the baby lipsticks from the Pat McGrath line as well. These came like 3 in a pack. We have 3 reds and 3 nude shades. Then I have 2 full-size Pat McGrath lipsticks that I actually purchased for 10 bucks during their Black Friday sale, which just blows my mind. And then I have some of these Lorac Beauty and the Beast lipsticks. There was 5 in the collection. I ended up just keeping these 3. I don't tend to use them much, but I'm holding on to them at the moment just because of the nostalgic reasons. I might get rid of them, but so far I do like them. The shades are nice and they're comfortable on the lips. Then this drawer right here is where I have most of my MAC lipsticks. So I have a lot of the regular packaged ones up here, some limited edition ones, and then here's where I have most of the limited edition ones. Limited edition lipsticks from MAC used to be the jam. Like, I used to wait online for like an hour just to make sure I get certain collections, and I feel like these days, like, people don't really care as much. I don't tend to use these much, but I still like them for, again, nostalgic reasons, and I occasionally I'll pop in here. And then here's where I have more MAC lipsticks, so some regular ones, some limited edition ones. In the back here, I have this Becca lipstick, which I love. Guerlain, Estee Lauder. This is also Guerlain, I want to say. These Revlon ones are really nice. I love them. I've had this one for so long, but I love it. And then another MAC lipstick. So that's it for this drawer. Okay, then moving on to this side, I showed you guys the mists already. I have another little one of those trees. I have another one of those organizers from TJ Maxx, $4.99. And in there, I have baby MAC lipsticks from the holiday collection, I want to say 3 years ago, and the holiday collection last year, as well as the holiday collection this year. And then again, I just put these little like ornaments just to add a little bit more of a cuteness to it. And you guys can see from the different collections, we have some of these, which have the glitters on top, these regular ones on top, and then the regular ones down here. And then back here, I pretty much just have one of the Fenty highlighters in Dirty 30. This was a limited edition highlighter that I felt like I needed to have in my life. I kept it in its box. I did swatch it though, but I just like to keep it here on display because it's gorgeous. And now moving on to this shelf right here, it's a bit more on the simple side, but I still think it holds a ton of product. Here's where I have more of those like envelope organizers. So I put my Too Faced palettes here. So firstly, the Too Faced Extra Spicy palette, love that. I also have the Too Faced Peach palette right over here, which was everything a few years back. This one right here is the Gingerbread palette, which was the first ginger baby that came out. And then I have the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette right over here. I have to use that more. I haven't used it in a while. And then in the back, I pretty much just have the Clover palette. I love the packaging, so cute. Here's the middle section. In the back there, I have the ABH Norvina eyeshadow palette. That was volume 1 from the 3. Then I have 2 of these acrylic organizers kind of stacked behind each other. I put this bow here that I got from like a mystery box. I just tied it here. I felt like it was cute. But here you guys can see better. So it's 2, and I just kind of like squish them together. And then here's where I store a ton of like lip products. So in this section, I have the Buxom lip glosses. This one right here is where I have the Plumping Lip Creams by Revlon. More of the Buxom glosses. I love those. This is Ofra, yeah. I have a lot of their liquid lipsticks. Really nice mousse-like texture. And in the front section here, I pretty much have a nice amount of the Vice liquid lipsticks as well as like the lip toppers. In this section here, I have some Too Faced. So you could see like Too Faced Melted Latex, Too Faced Gold. And then I have some of these L'Oreal liquid lipsticks, which I love. They feel like water on the lips. I love the formula. And then in this section here, I pretty much just have some of the Bite Beauty lip glosses, some Marc Jacobs lip glosses, and then most of the Bite Beauty glosses here, but I put those 2 there because it didn't fit here. I don't like to do that so much, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I love the formula of these. Some of these were purchased actually from TJ, even though I like to keep my TJ stuff separately, but some of these were purchased from TJ and some of these were purchased from Sephora. And then moving on to this side of the shelves, I have another one of those organizers, and then I just put my ABH palettes. One of my current favorites is the Carly Bible palette. Another one of my go-to is the Norvina palette. This one is such a must. I also have the Sultry palette, which you guys can see has been pretty well loved. I love that guy. And then we have Riviera. I know this was spotted at TJ for quite some time. I purchased mine from Sephora for the full price tag, sadly, but I still love it, so it's okay. And then in the back here, I have Soft Glam, which I adore. I use this for my brother's wedding. And then in the complete back here, I have one of these Sephora lipsticks that I made when I went to the Sephora event. I made one for my sister, for Rivka, and one for me. This is the one that I kept for myself. All right, we are down to the final shelf of this side of my wall. Let me show you. So I have this candle here that I purchased from HomeGoods, I want to say. Then I have these 2 baseball boxes, acrylic boxes. Yes, how genius is that? I saw it at the Container Store and I'm like, I need you. I purchased 4 of them. So 2 of them are here. I filled it up with the Pat McGrath sequins that came in the lipstick kits, right? And then I needed more, so I just purchased more from Amazon, but I felt like I can just reuse that with this, and it's so cute. So here's where I have some of the Love Flush blushes by Too Faced. Love those. You guys can see I have pretty much most of the shades. And then here on the bottom, I have some of the Too Faced peach blushes, and then in the back there, I have the bronzer and another blush. And then in the back there, I pretty much just put some of these Stila Shimmer and Glows. Those were just little baby sizes that I purchased in kits. I figured it would just be nice to store them there. I really love this middle section here. It's just giving me such major vibes. So basically on both sides, I pretty much just have these Pop Beauty plasticky wine glasses, I should say. They actually sent that to me in a PR package, and then in them I pretty much just put some dirty brushes just because we're living for that. And at the moment I have some YSL lipsticks here and then some YSL lipsticks here. I wanted to put these in drawers first, but they were so pricey, so I'm like, let me put them in front of my face so I can see like what I have, right? So I have 4 of them there. And then in the middle here is where I have all of my Lime Crime Venus palettes. I love the Lime Crime formula. So here's the original one, the one that started it all. Right behind that one, I have Venus 2. Similar packaging, but you guys can see it says 2 up there. And then we have Venus 3, which is one of my favorites. Beautiful purpley tone shades in here. Oh, and also they're in the 5-slot envelope organizer. I love these. They're just so handy. So then in the back here, I have the Venus XL number 2 palette. So pretty. There's a lot of greens and like neutral shades in here. And behind that is where I have the Venus XL palette. I like the packaging of the second one more than this one, so I just put this one in the back. And then behind that is where I kind of situated the Little Black Book of Bronzers by Too Faced. And moving on to this side, again, it's very similar to the other side. I have more of these Stila actually glitter and glows in the back there before you saw these shimmer and glows. Well, I have more of these baseball ball holder acrylic organizers. So on top, I pretty much just put the highlighters by Too Faced. I just love the packaging of those. And then on the bottom, I pretty much just put more of the peach blushes by Too Faced. Moving over to this side, I have a little nail that I put in the wall, and I hung up the Shane and Jeffree mirror. I might put up a few more nails on the wall to hang up the other ones, but for now, this piggy's chilling here. Okay, so now moving on to this side of my shelves. This is pretty much the shelves you guys see when I film with that little bunny. Isn't he the cutest man ever with a bow tie? Who are you, Cookie? So cute. Okay, so on the top shelf there, I pretty much just put a few larger things. I have the MAC Advent Calendar box. I thought that was beautiful to display. I have 2 of these Starbucks tumblers. The silver one is from last year. This one is from this year. I've been on the hunt and I found it. So happy about that. And then I have one of those, like, I don't know, reindeers. I can't breathe. I don't know why. I'm out of breath. But that one is from like Marshalls, and I have some of the lights on it as well. So it's a vibe here at night. Moving on to the shelf right at the bottom of that. This is what it looks like. How cute is this little section? I love it. Okay, so firstly, I have those Urban Decay glosses in that cup that I got from the Target dollar spot, and in there I put more of the Pat McGrath sequins. I actually got this like wine-inspired cup, I guess I should say, during Valentine's Day, like around that time last year or 2 years ago. Then I have this acrylic organizer that I purchased from TJ Maxx. It has 3 drawers. I felt like it was perfect for lip products. It was about 10 bucks, I want to say. So in the first drawer here is where I have, some of the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipsticks, KKW. I used to be very into purchasing every single collection they released like in the beginning, but I haven't purchased from them in a while, at least in regards to lip products. Definitely KKW, I haven't purchased in maybe 2 years. Kylie's line, I purchased a few blushes and highlighters recently, but I haven't purchased a lot of her liquid lipsticks. I feel like I have a decent amount. I'm not beyond crazy about the brands at this point in my life, so for now I'm okay with what I have. So I have a bunch of the little ones that came out during the holiday season a few years back, and then some full-size liquid lipsticks and glosses actually there too. In this drawer here, I have some of the ABH lipsticks, I guess 1 liquid lipstick, and then these Tarte glosses that came out last year for the fall. It's part of like the flannel collection. And then in the last drawer here is pretty much where I have some Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. I really like their formula. I have a few little babies of these Stila liquid lipsticks. Really nice formula as well. Has a mousse-like texture. And then in the back there, I have some of the liquid lipsticks as well as the lipsticks from the Desi and Katie collection. So I have just those situated in there nicely. Okay, then moving on to the middle, in the back there, you guys can see I pretty much have the Natural Lust palette that I found at TJ Maxx. So again, I usually separate my TJ Maxx finds and regular makeup finds, but I thought that was too beautiful not to display, so I put that in the back there, and I was very happy about that find, honestly. So I'm like, yes, score. In the middle here, I situated my Fenty Gloss Bombs. Love these, and I had to just put them out like in front of my face to see so that I can constantly use them. So in the back over there we have the Mama. That's the biggest one that I have, and then I have these little ones that came in, I want to say the holiday collection last year. There were 5 in there, and then I think 1 came in a kit that I purchased with highlighters. Okay, and then I have this organizer right here, so you can kind of situate it like this, or you can situate it standing up, like horizontally or vertically, you know. I like it like this for now. This just what works out for me. I got this from Home Goods, I want to say, about 3 years ago. So in the first drawer here, I pretty much have all of my liners, mostly black and brown liners. This one right here is like a pen version from Clarins. I have Gorgeous Cosmetics, Urban Decay, just a bunch that I constantly use. Jouer, I guess. I just got that one. So that's what's in here. In this one, I just wanted to separate the other shades from the blacks and browns. So in here I have like whites, other shades of browns, greens, just shades that I would like to experiment with, but I don't use as much. Then in this drawer right here, I have my gel liners, which I used to use a ton when I did a lot of like wing liner, but I don't do that so much these days. I have to start because I love it. I have the Sigma Gel Pot Liner. I have the Essence Pretty Vulgar in the back there. What's that one? That's JLo and Ingla. And this one right here is just a MAC Chris Chang Black Track Liner. And then in here is where I have some glitter eyeshadow. So I have some from Pop Beauty, really nice. I have some from Pixie, which I love. These are pretty much very similar to the Stila Glitter and Glows, so I just situated these guys here. And then moving on to this side, I have another one of those glass cups, I don't know, with the Urban Decay glosses in there, as well as the sequins from the Pat McGrath kit. And then I have another one of these organizers that I purchased from TJ Maxx. Okay, so in the first drawer here, I have all of my Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipsticks. So I have some from the holiday collections. I have Clover in the back there, Gingerbread Man, Gingerbread Girl, whoa. Yeah, some full sizes, some baby sizes. This one right here came out 3 years ago. I love that one. So we have a few of those there, or most of my collection here. I love these so much. In this drawer here, I have my Wet n Wild lipsticks. I have the whole line. I love them. I purchased these on my own. The Perfect Pout lipsticks, beautiful formula. I spoke about it in my 2019 drugstore favorites. Then I just have a little baby Fenty lipstick there. I don't know where the mom is, honestly. And then in this drawer, the final drawer, I pretty much just have a nice amount of the Urban Decay lipstick. So I have some from the Born to Run line, from the Cherry line, and some of the regular lipsticks there. Okay, now moving on to this shelf right over here. So on the left side of the shelf, I pretty much just have another one of these candles. It came 6 in a pack, I want to say. In the back there, I have one of those amazing cameras, which I think I broke. I'm so sad about that. I have to figure out how to fix it because I put new batteries and it's just not working out for me. So if you know how to fix it, please let me know because I'm very sad about it. And then I have this really cute cup here that I got from Target, I want to say 2 years ago. And then I just put a bunch of brushes in here, some dirty, some clean. In the middle section here is where I have this acrylic lip organizer. I have this Fenty Uncensored Liquid Lipstick. This is my favorite high-end red lipstick. It looks beautiful on. You guys always compliment me when I have it on. In the back there, I have this PR box from the Urban Decay Naked Honey line. When Urban Decay sent this over, I thought it was really cute, just fitting to situate in the back there so it adds a little bit more color. And then moving on to this section, I feel like the shelf isn't like fully stuffed, but again, I have one of those like candles. I have this keychain that I got in the advent calendar, in the MAC advent calendar, which was to receive for the 24th day, but whatever. And then I have this organizer here that I purchased from the Container Store. It turns. I love it, and I just pretty much situated all of my lip liners. I was never a lip liner girl, but apparently I am now, I guess. Next, we have this shelf right over here with the little man of my dreams. I love that guy. Okay, so this right here is the coolest thing ever. My sister-in-law actually told me about this organizer. It's a tea holder that I purchased from Amazon. Again, with this, you can put it horizontally or vertically. With this also, I put ornaments on each one of the drawers. They were actually hanging down, so I just kind of like circled them around this part, I don't know, so that they can kind of stay like this and it's not going to be all hangy. The first drawer here is pretty much where I have some of the cream eyeshadow. So I have some from Maybelline, Tarte, I think Kylie, CoverGirl, Ulta. This drawer is one of my favorites. It's like my glitter goodness drawer. I love it. I have some of these crystals. I have the Too Faced glitter glue. I have this by Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter. I also have more glitters chilling in there. I like to use these as a pop of something on my lids. So pretty. This, I have some from MAC. Love it. I actually have some from NYX as well as Lime Crime. And then in this drawer, I pretty much just have an assortment of eye products. I have some of the glitter liners by Urban Decay, this Kaja eyeshadow trio, some single Urban Decay shadows, this MAC Trolls shadow. So a little bit of everything. A lot of singles. Then I have this really cute succulent that I purchased from the Target dollar spot. I think it was like $3. In the back there, I have 2 MAC Fix Pluses. So I have one from the Bloom collection that came out last year during the spring. And then I have the MAC Fix Plus Lavender in the back there. They're both full sizes. I have this really cute heart acrylic organizer that I purchased in the Target dollar spot a few years back during Valentine's Day. And in here, I'm pretty much keeping all of my Kaleidos palettes. So Kaleidos is an indie brand, and I've had this for quite some time, but I haven't had much of a chance to use most of them because I just put them in the drawers. So I knew I wanted to situate them like nicely here. So I just put them in here. I think it looks pretty cute. And then you guys can see I put another one right over there. So I have 3 palettes in there, and I believe 2 palettes in there. So I have more space for more if they come out with more. In the back there, I have my BH Zodiac palette, which is one I found at TJ Maxx. I love that. I just felt like it needed to be displayed. One of the best finds of 2019, I should say. Back to this small man here. CoverGirl sent this over when they went cruelty-free, which I thought was so cute. Moving on to the other side, I have more of the Kaleidos palette. Like I mentioned, I have 2 on this side and 3 on the other side, and the same acrylic organizer that I purchased in the Target dollar spot. And back there, I have a MAC Fix Plus, which is almost done. Here you guys can see, I love that. And then I have the ABH Dewy Set Mist. And then on this side is where I have another one of those tea acrylic organizers. In the first drawer I have, again, singular eyeshadows. I have some from Maybelline. This and this is one that I had in my collection for ages, so I can't get rid of it. I have this one from Maybelline that I purchased from Rite Aid. Wet n Wild Pure, some from BoxyCharm, some from Ipsy. In the next drawer, I have a bunch of the cream eyeshadows, so like stick eyeshadows, more like glittery eyeshadows from MAC, Laura Mercier, Bobbi Brown, Wet n Wild down there as well. This one right here is Estee Lauder. This drawer is pretty much where I have even more of these Stila Glitter and Glows. These were purchased a few years back in some collections, some Kat Von D, some Artist Couture. And then I also have a decent amount of these L'Oreal eyeshadows, which used to be everything on YouTube. I have like 6 of them in different shades, of course. I have to use them because they're so pretty on the eyes. And finally, here is my final shelf. I actually am currently burning the Winter Candy Apple candle from Bath & Body Works. One of my favorites, and I did not think I would love it as much as I do. So good. On this side, I pretty much have another one of those like trees with glitters on it. I got it from the Target dollar spot. I have this organizer here that says pretty. It came in a stack of 3. It said Pretty Little Things. So I kind of just took the pieces apart and just situated this as its own individual piece. And I put the little baby NYX lip glosses as well as lipsticks, liquid lipsticks in here that I got in the NYX advent calendar. And then in the back here, yes, I do have a decent amount of these Stila Glitter and Glows. They're from various different collections. I did purchase some of these at Sephora and some of these at TJ. All right, then we have the middle section right over here. I purchased this organizer from Home Goods, I want to say, also like a few years back. I love it. It was like 10 bucks. And on top, I pretty much just keep a lot of my either favorite mists or I don't know, the mists that look the prettiest in my collection, or just mists that I want to kind of finish off. This is one of my favorites, the Becca, not that one, the Becca Skin Love Mist is so good. Wet n Wild Priming Mist is pretty nice. Elgenis one is pretty good too. If you're wondering where my Urban Decay and Flower Beauty Mist is, it's in a different place because those are the 2 that I use all the time. In the back there, I pretty much just have my Ulta Advent Calendar box. I just wanted to situate that baby there. We'll just push it off for a second here so you could see what's up. But if you did watch that video, I unboxed everything that was like, I unboxed all of these basically. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then on this side, you guys can see, same kind of situation. This one right here just says little, the other one said pretty. And then things is, I don't know, in my closet, I didn't use that. And the little jar, I have these full-size Too Faced Peach lipsticks. I purchased a few of these at Sephora, but many of these are lipsticks I found at TJ Maxx. I feel like they were just so beautiful not to display. And in the back there again, more of these Stila Glitter and Glows. Here you guys can see some of the shades that I have. I really like these. Like when I actually get down and dirty with them, it's just so yummy on the eye. And moving on to this section here, here's where I keep like my perfumes, deodorant, and then some makeup items as well. I've done a tour of this little area. I'll try to leave that link down below. So in this little bin here, I keep my empties, which is long overdue. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it or not, but yeah, I have some empties there. Then I really love how this section is situated. It's just easily accessible and I'm obsessed. Okay, so in this large acrylic organizer, I keep all of my ColourPop makeup goodies. 99% of the stuff, my foundations I think are in my other drawer. But here's where I have like palettes, highlighters, glittery stuff, glittery items. And this organizer is amazing. It's from the original beauty box. It's massive. It holds in existence, I'm telling you. So you guys can see on both sides of the organizer, I have 2 of the 12 pen palettes by ColourPop. It just didn't fit in the drawer, so I just situated them out there because I recently did a ColourPop haul. I have that link down below if you guys are interested, but I am going to be doing a full in-depth ColourPop makeup collection video, hopefully. So I'm not gonna go again too in-depth with this, but this is just a little bit of an overview of what I keep in here. The first small drawer is where I keep all of my ColourPop lipsticks. And then in this drawer is pretty much where I keep all of my lip products from ColourPop. I have the matte liquid lipsticks, satin liquid lipsticks, blotted lipsticks, glosses, all of that. I have some from various different collections. I really like the lip products. I have these So Juicy squishy glosses, love that. This lip crayon, which is really nice. Some lip liners, the lippy sticks, which started it all for them, and then some more lip products in the back there. In this drawer, I pretty much have these Super Shock highlighters. I have some of the pressed highlighters in the back there, glittery highlighters. I have some of these Super Shock eyeshadows. This one right here is clearly old, but some of these aren't. I have to use them. I have this Loose Pigment by Kathleen and ColourPop. I have some glittery eyeshadows, liquid eyeshadows, just like these Steal Like Glitter and Glows. In this drawer, I have the Alexis and ColourPop highlighter and bronzer. I have this highlighter duo, the Got Me Beaming highlighter palette. I have the I Like Your Face highlighter palette. I have this blush, which I think is so pretty. The Soul highlighter from ColourPop's sister brand. A lot of the ColourPop glitters. You guys saw this in my haul if you watched that video. And one from the Villains collection. I'm so happy about this drawer. I'm obsessed. So here's pretty much where I have, well, this one is upside down. Let's just switch you over for a second. Oh, not Elsa. So here's where I pretty much keep all of my ColourPop eyeshadow palettes. So you guys can see I have a nice amount. I have most of their 9-pan palettes, which I adore. I love grabbing and going with them. I recently purchased a bunch of these, but a lot of these I had for quite some time. I have the Brunch Date palette back there that was in collaboration with Zoella. This is just an empty palette that I just have singular eyeshadows in. California Love. Honey is one of my favorites. Just a lot of goodies in here. And then even though this is not makeup, I wanted to just show you my baby skincare fridge, which I love. It's from the brand Teamy. And then it's not plugged in because I don't like to use cold skincare products on my face when it's cold outside, but I still thought it would be a nice place to situate all of these guys. I have some mists, moisturizers, eye creams, serums, and all of that. In these little bins, I guess this is makeup related as well. In these little bins, I have makeup bags. So I do go through these bins quite often to donate some of the makeup bags, or I give some to my mother, the ones that I just don't need, but I use a lot of these for like traveling or just, you know, to have. And then I have some more in here as well. I put some of my Ipsy bags in here until I upcycle them. This is from Pixie. I like to travel with that one. And then I have my Jeffree Star and chain ones down there. Okay, so here's my desk. It's not as exciting as many of you guys probably think, but I still love it. I appreciate the space that I have. I have my ring light right up there. That door is not the outside door. It leads to the hallway, but I mean, at least it's clean here, right? I got this desk from IKEA. These are the IKEA 5-drawer units, and then this is just the top piece that you would have to buy individually. In this set of drawers and in this set of drawers, I have my TJ Maxx makeup items, so I'll have that in a different video. I'll do a separate TJ Maxx makeup collection video because then we would be here for 80 years. On my desk here, I pretty much just have this pretty large marble organizer that I got from TJ Maxx for I think about 10 bucks. I love it. It holds a ton of brushes, and these are typically the brushes that I use on a day-to-day basis. So I have some from like Morphe, Real Techniques. I have my beauty sponge there. I have like a few of the Jeffree Star mirrors that I'm gonna have to probably hang on the wall. Probably looks so gross, but this is my makeup brush pad cleaner that I purchased from TJ Maxx for like 2 bucks. Love it. And I have my lashes that I'm currently wearing, as well as tweezers. I also have this mirror, my fingers, that mirror there from Urban Decay, and then a little organizer here that I got from TJ Maxx that I put my Q-tips in. Okay, and then of course I could not skip out on my IKEA 9-drawer unit. So I have 2 of them here. My mother recently gave me hers, and then I had one for like, I don't know, 6-7 years. I also have that, you know, I'm just keeping it real here. Honestly, I didn't have a chance to organize my lipsticks, so they're just chilling there. So I recently purchased all of the Fenty Snap palettes. So that's why they're just chilling in here. They're not going to be in the actual drawers. So just for reference. So on top of the drawers, I have this picture frame with my sister's little pups, my little god kids. Love them. She's a girl, he's a boy. And then their little paws here. My sister gifted this to me. Okay, there is definitely no rhyme or reason with what is going on back here. I had such a hard time organizing like my hairsprays, dry shampoos. If you guys have a better way to organize this, then let me know. But yeah, I pretty much just have a nice amount of these guys chilling up here. I love the Not Your Mother's. The Tarte one is really good. This smells like bomb. And then this little like organizer, you guys are gonna laugh. This is pretty much from Victoria's Secret. It was a sock holder. So there were 3 pairs of socks in here, and I just kind of reused it for like stuff. I think I had it for like 9 years, and it has like literally cardboard, but I thought it was cute. So in here I just have a whole bunch of other hair products, some Moroccan hair oil. My niece inspired me to pick that up, and she's 5. We have the dry shampoo from IGK. Love that. This is actually really nice too if you have frizzy or like dead ends. It's the hydrating hair balm. I like to put it on the ends of my hair from IGK. I also have this. Also, it's really good. The Liora.y Smooth Intense Frizz Oil. I do have athlete's foot sometimes. I keep it in there, okay? I'm just being honest. And then I also have it's a 10. Like, you guys can see it's pretty much done. It's like a leave-in conditioner. I have the oil as well, and then some other hair mists. These are like small sizes. I usually take it with me traveling. Back there, I have my beautiful books. Love these. I have to purchase more from Storybook Cosmetics. Right, so I have this book right over here and then the Mean Girls palette. So this is one I got in my BoxyCharm, and then I just purchased the Mean Girls one like a few weeks ago because it was half off and I need to buy more because I love having my books situated there. And then we move over to this section here, which I love. So I have this little acrylic like brush organizer that Ulta sent over with a brush collection. I have this lipstick that I need to send over to Izzy because I forgot to put it in her package. And then I have this acrylic organizer from Original Beauty Box. So it's like 2 separate pieces. I just put this on top. You don't have to do that, but I like that they're both like on top of each other. We have a mirror here from NARS. On this side here, I just have some products that I'm kind of working through. So the Flower Beauty Mist, which I love from the drugstore, the Tarte lip balm that's almost done, and then just a perfume in case this room smells. You gotta perfume up your life sometimes. On top here, I have a nice amount of Jeffree Star products because these products didn't fit on the shelf. So I have the loose setting powder here. I have the Blue Blood palette. And then back there, I have the Blood Sugar palette, which I'm in love with. I also have the concealer here. I have this highlighter, and then this is also one of his newer formulas. And then I have this highlighter here that came in the Halloween mystery box. It's really cool. I also put some of these stickers here because one of his mystery boxes came with stickers. I just put 2 of those there. In the first drawer here is where I have the deluxe sizes of the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick. So I have the nude volume 2 set, the blue set, and then the red one. I still need volume 1 for the nudes because I know I would love that, but I have these little ones chilling here. I love the formula, just easy access. And then in here is where I have the Thirsty palette, which is beautiful. I still have yet to try that. Whoa. And then I have the Jawbreaker palette, which I love. Okay, so now what is in the drawers? Show me the goods. So first off, I always get so many questions about this organizer. Love it. One of you guys recommended it to me and I'm just obsessed. So it's from Amazon. It comes 3 in a pack for about $12.99 and it fits in the IKEA 9 drawers perfectly. So snug. I hate when there's like spaces on the side. It pisses me off. But this one is not like that. So basically on this side is where I have some of my high-end foundations. I have some deluxe sizes. I have this one from Urban Decay, Dior, Givenchy, Laura Mercier over there. Here's where I have a lot of my drugstores. This one from Sonia Kashuk was one of my favorites. They don't make it anymore. L'Oreal one is really good. Physicians Formula in the back there. Milani. Then here's where I have my drugstore concealers. I have the Makeup Revolution one, which I don't really like. The Maybelline one. This Maybelline one is so good. The Fit Me. I have some from CoverGirl, ColourPop. And in the back here, I pretty much have high-end concealers. So I'll have some from like Tarte, First Aid Beauty, which I love. Marc Jacobs is back there. I love all of those. And then the KKW one, which I don't use a lot. And in this little section here is where I pretty much just put all of my squeezy tubed foundations and BB creams, just because it just didn't fit here. When I do my declutter video, I will probably get rid of some of these, but I have the Bye Bye It Cosmetics Bye Bye foundation, the Urban Cover foundation by Maybelline, Tarte foundation, Almay, this is really pretty, the BB cream by Tarte. So yeah, that's pretty much everything in this drawer. Moving on to what's in the second drawer, here's where I pretty much have all of my primers and oils. So basically here in this section I have the oils. My favorite one is the Kevyn Aucoin one. The Laura Mercier one is really good. The Milani one is also pretty nice from the drugstore. In this little section here I have my hydrating primers. So I'll have some from like First Aid Beauty. This one right here came in BoxyCharm. It's Touch and Soul one, I'm sorry. Sol de Janeiro, what? Maybelline Master Prime, really nice. The Marc Jacob one is also really good. In the middle section is where I have pore filling primers. This one right here is new to me. One of you guys sent it over. I really appreciate it. I've been using it and not bad. I have the Tatcha one. This is my favorite primer of all time, the Origins one. It comes out in a cooling effect. It's so nice. I have one from Koki. This one right here is Touch and Soul. On this side, I pretty much have just a luxe size primer, so I'll just grab one of these if I'm ever going anywhere. I need something small, compact. I'll just pull out something from here. So I have this one right here from Ciate London, which I love, the Waterburst primer. This Illuminator's here. I don't know if it belongs there, but yeah. I also have the Hourglass one, Smashbox, Becca. And then back here is pretty much where I just have some CoverGirl ones. I really love the CoverGirl ones. All of these are beautiful on the skin. So I'll just have like the illuminating one, and then I have some Wet n Wild in the back. I feel like all the packaging of all of them is pretty similar, so I'll just keep them all in one place. This one right here is really nice, the skin smoothing one from CoverGirl. Next up, we have this drawer right here, which is where I keep all of my bronzers. So there's no major rhyme or reason here. This section is where I usually keep the larger ones that just don't fit in these sections. So I have like this from Too Faced. One of you guys sent this over. It's really pretty. This one right here is from Rimmel. This Essence one is like $5 and it's so good. And then yeah, I just have some over here from like Wet n Wild Tarte, which is one of my favorites. This Too Faced one, which is so cute. Some MAC limited edition ones. More Wet n Wild Butter Bronzer. Too Faced in the back there. Here's where I have some Becca, Hourglass, Kylie, Makeup Revolution, Too Faced, really beautiful on the skin, and the Sweetie Pie, and one in the back there. EVH, I think. In this little section, I have babies, so little baby bronzers and all of that. This one right here is almost done. I love this. I'm trying to finish it off so I can put it in my yearly empties. So yeah, I have just some from Becca, Wet n Wild, Laura Mercier, just all of those. And then in the back section here, I have 2 cream contouring products, which I use on myself, or if I'm ever doing makeup on anyone, I'll use those products as well. Now let's move on to blushes. I adore blushes. One of my favorite parts of makeup. I actually use this today, so I just put this back. But basically in this section, again, I just have bigger packaged products. I have the Too Faced Trio. I never know what to do with like palettes that have like blush, bronzer, and highlighter. Is it in there? Does it go in its own drawer, or does it go in the drawer that you would that you have the most space in? What do you guys do? So I have this. This is so pretty. I have the Hourglass one. Whoops. Wet n Wild Ofra. Here is where I have singular blushes. So I have this one from L'Oreal, which is one of my favorites. 2 Kylie's, which I just purchased. Charlotte Tilbury. This came in Ipsy. Too Faced, Wet n Wild Ofra in the back there. And then in this section here, I just have like smaller palettes. Not big enough to go in this section, but not small enough to go in like this baby section. So I just have this one from Wander Beauty, Milani Alamad, which I love. My Natasha Denona one is there. I love that. And then in these sections here, I just have smaller sized blushes. So not necessarily babies, but just like smaller packaged blushes, you know? So for example, this is a full-size Buxom blush, but I just put it in here because it just fits nicely. This I got an Ipsy. I have my Milani, Lime Crime. Love the packaging of that. And then in this section, I have some cream blushes, and then just that Makeup Revolution Donut and some other small ones. And moving on to this drawer, I have my highlighters, and if you think this is a lot, I had even more in the summer. So in this section here, I didn't want to put singles, but they just didn't fit in those sections, so I just put singles here. I have some from Ofra, Zoeva, Nabla, Wet n Wild. This from Milk Makeup, which I don't really use, Too Faced. And then under here I have like some Jaclyn Hill palettes, Becca. Here's where I have some of my singular Becca highlighters, Shimmering Skin Perfectors. I love those. Too Faced. More Too Faced. Ofra, old packaging, Estee Lauder, and some MAC ones in the back there. In this section, I have e.l.f., some more Becca, Pop Beauty, Fenty, Pixie, which I love. This I don't really love so much. I don't know that brand. In this little section here, I have smaller highlighters. So I have some from like Laura Geller. I have little teeny baby spaceships from Becca. So some of their smaller Shimmering Skin Perfectors. The Kat Von D one, which is an eyeshadow. I use it as a highlighter. This I got in Ipsy. I don't really like it. And then just in the back there, I pretty much just put all of my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder. So I pretty much have most of the shades. I have to use these. They're so pretty on the skin, but I don't use it a lot. I should. Okay, then we're down to this drawer, which is the first larger drawer of the unit. It's a bit deeper. So here's where I place bigger highlighter palettes. And then I have this right here from Elsie. In this section, I also put some loose highlighters. So this is from L'Oreal, Wet n Wild. Bottom of there is Wet n Wild. This is from Kaleidos, the Solar Sailor highlighter. Some of my larger palettes are like the Makeup Revolution one, this Becca one, Huda. This is a Pixie from Rach Loves. And then I have the Diamond and Blush palette by Natasha Denona, which I love. This section here is where I have some MAC. These Wet n Wild ones kind of suck, so I'm just waiting until I do my highlighter declutter video. I'm going to get rid of a nice amount. This I purchased years ago, the Cinderella MAC highlighter, but it was shit the second I bought it. Hard pan like no other. Kylie, Makeup Revolution, Physicians Formula in the back there. In this section I have some palettes. I have the Becca one. This one, the Flower Beauty one, which I love. This Kat Von D one, which used to be one of my favorites. Then in the back there, I just have Natasha Denona and MAC. In this section here, I have smaller highlighters. So I have some from Ciate London. These are really pretty. They're actual Essence eyeshadows, but I use them as highlighters. If you want a more affordable option, this is great. And then in the back here, I have liquid highlighters, which I don't tend to use way too much, but I do want to get into them because, I mean, why not, you know? Now moving on to this one, here's where I have eyeshadow palettes. So in this section here, I have most of my Urban Decay palettes. I just put this Oma palette here that Ulta sent over. Ulta sent over, right? But yeah, I have my Urban Decay Original, Urban Decay, I think Smoky, Urban Decay Honey, Urban Decay Heat, Urban Decay Cherry, and then one Too Faced palette. This section here, I have not massive palettes, but not tiny palettes. So I have this pizza one, which I think is okay. Tarts. I really like this. I have to start using it again. A Tartly Toasted palette. Peachy, Persona, and then over there is where I have some Maybelline and Milani. In this section here, I have longer, smaller type of palettes, if that makes sense. Persona, Dose of Colors. This came in BoxyCharm, the Marvelous Mauve. This also came in BoxyCharm, Butter London. I actually like that a lot. Too Faced, Tarte. This Nabla one, I am dying to try. I just got this and I'm so like, I'm so inspired. And then I have the Alamada palette, which I love. Here's where I have my Pride and Joy, all of my baby mini Natasha Denona palettes. How many times did I say baby? Let's count. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all to date, besides for the newest one she just released. So I love these. I like to just keep them, you know, in front of my face so I can see what the story is and use them like crazy because they're so good. And then back there, I just have some of the I Love palettes by Sephora. So like, for example, here's what the packaging looks like. I think that there are 6 actual palettes with different color stories on the inside. I purchased these about a year ago, almost a year ago now, and they're really nice. This one right here is called Jewel Tones. I swear it looks like I didn't touch it, but I swear I did. Then moving on to the next drawer, here's this drawer of palettes as well. It's a bit more stuffed. Still gotta organize more and more, but I mean, I feel like it's an ongoing cycle. Like, you know, makeup is something like I always organize. It's never like set in stone. So I have some palettes here from Jouer, which kind of suck. I'm not really into that. I'm very upset with the mystery box that I got. Oh, here's where I have some of my Alter Ego palettes, which I really have to get into. Here's a Goddess one. This right here is so cool, the Daydream. It's supposed to be a dupe for Huda, one of Huda's palettes. This came in BoxyCharm, Celestial Thunder. This like area is stuffed. Natasha Denona Sunset. I have a Pixie palette, which is very pretty. I think this is Sunset actually. The other one is Sunrise. And then I have this, which I think I don't like so much. Up next, I have some of these Juvia's Place palettes here, which are fairly new to me. I think I've had them for about a month, dipped into them a teeny bit, but I'm really excited to see what else they have to offer. I have this palette here from Makeup Revolution, and then the Too Faced, and then the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, which I love. In this section here, I just have some of these Too Faced palettes, which to me smells like tea. I have this, the Balm one, Koki, Violet Voss, Urban. And then, of course, I have my Too Faced little palettes here. These were situated on my shelves at some point, but for now they're in the drawers. I might end up, you know, putting them back out. So just some of these guys. I love all of them. They're so nice to travel with and like in general. And then over here, I still have more of the Too Faced palettes. So the PB&J Honey, that palette, and then the Macaroon palette. And moving on to the final drawer, here's where I have like bigger palettes or like smaller palettes. I just didn't know like where to put. I still have to maybe reorganize, like I mentioned 15 times. But yeah, I just have some palettes here, small Too Faced palette, and some larger palettes here. This was from Holiday 2019. Morphe Jaclyn Hill, Tati's palette. And what is this? JCat? No. This is Profusion. Okay, now moving over to this side. I don't have as much in these drawers. Some of them are empty, but I'll still show you guys what I have. So here's where I pretty much keep all of my mascaras, brow products, so brow pencils, brow mascaras, tinted brow gels, all in here. Here's where I have like powder brow products, pomades, and all of that. Random stuff in here. I don't even know, sharpener, sequins. And then back there I have deluxe size mascaras. In this drawer here I have some eyelash curlers, eyeshadow primers, which I don't really use too much, a powder, loose powders over here. Here's where I have the pressed ones. Love this. And I also have some loose ones here as well because it didn't fit on this side. But yeah, I have some like from Tarte, Fenty, Ciate. Here's where I just have smaller deluxe sizes. And then back there I have tweezers, lash glue. That one sucks. Don't get that one. This is a different one that I like more. And yeah, just pretty much tweezers, lash glue, and scissors. Okay, and then moving on to this drawer. Here's where I have all of my lashes to the most part. So I get some of these from TJ Maxx, some of these from Ulta mostly. Most of them are drugstore brands. I don't really spend way too much on high-end lashes. But yeah, I have some from like Kiss, Ardell, Eyelure, and then some from like Sephora and stuff. This ColourPop one. In the next drawer, I have lip balms. I know, like, what? Yeah. So I have these guys right over here, the one that you could stick your finger in. So I have some from Laneige, Eve L'Homme, Fresh, really good. Here's where I have my like lip tinted lip balms. Yeah. Here's where I have squeezy tube lip balms, lip oils, and then scrubs back there. I know I'm a bit excessive, but it's fine. Next, we have this drawer right here, which is just empty and dirty looking at this point. I have to buy more of these because I have them in black, but I want to just keep the theme for these drawers with the white, not like black. So there's that. In this drawer, I have some mists that just didn't fit on my shelves. So the more I buy, the more I'll put in here. And it's a bigger drawer, so I'll, you know, always have more space. This drawer is empty. Empty. And here's where I have makeup remover wipes. So I have some from Simple, Ulla Henriksen, Korres. And then, like I said, I have this, which I still have to organize, but let me show you guys where it came from. But I don't want any judgment here, okay? I know my floor is dirty too. So like I said, this is my 5 drawer. So we're at the 5 drawer unit. This is usually where I keep my TJ Maxx makeup. I had one drawer that was just empty, so don't judge me, please don't judge me. I have to organize this. And then I have this set of drawers that I got from the Container Store, which I just keep literally random stuff. So like in the first drawer, I have my hair products that's full of hair, empty boxes, skincare, more skincare down here, which I need to organize, more stuff, and even more than there. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I organize my makeup, like finally. Round of applause. I need a round of applause. I will leave my makeup declutter playlist down below in the description box if you guys kind of want to see that. I feel like it kind of fits in with this. I'm looking forward to reading what you guys have to say, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.